living like Cali. I just bought carrots. Ayy, back with another one. But I got up another one. Next to my back, another one. Living like Cali. Yeah, back with another one. And I gassed up another one. Next to my back, another one. Living like Cali.
Rachel, and welcome to this special episode of NBA 2K TV coming to you from New York. We are here at the NBA 2K League Finals, where Heat Check Gaming is going up against Knicks Gaming for the first ever NBA 2K League Championship. But first, are you guys ready for some NBA 2K19? Because you can play the game right now for free. NBA 2K19 The Prelude is out now.
Everybody's waiting for you, so let's get started, please.
This is your chance to get a head start on your My Career for NBA 2K19.
I think we've got it. Let's move on quickly.
In this year's story, after being passed up in the NBA draft, you will look to build your career in China. How will you build your name and achieve your ultimate goal of reaching the NBA? Choose your position, archetypes, and hit the court. Earn My Points, upgrade your My Player, and remember, everything you do in the Prelude will directly transfer over to your save in NBA 2K19. And the My NBA 2K19 companion app is back with Face Scan, ready to take you, the real you, through this year's My Career experience. NBA 2K19 The Prelude also includes 2KU, your chance to check out the latest gameplay features and try the new takeover system with NBA players. So jump in, get your My Career started, and we'll see you guys in NBA 2K19. And if you want to appear in our first episode of 2K TV this season, submit your best plays from the Prelude on social media using the hashtag 2KTVY. We will feature the best plays submitted each week with a big VC prize for who you guys choose as the top play of the month.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA on 2K Sports, Ernie Johnson with colleagues Shaq and Ken Smith. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Los Angeles Lakers at Staples Center. And for Los Angeles, their goal tonight is to play with the same type of effort at both ends of the court. They can't afford to let up at the defensive end, and that's a message I'm sure has been communicated to them in the locker room. And guys, when people talk about the Spurs, they talk about consistency, from the front office to the coaching staff to the effort on the floor. Take a guy like LaMarcus Aldridge. He embodies that, doesn't he, Kenny?
Yes, he does. He's got great scoring. He's got great footwork in the block. The art of the mid-range jump shot is still there, but he can pick and pop and pick and roll, Shaq.
You know, he always finds a way to impact the game with his shot. When he's on like Texas barbecue, Ernie.
Ooh, Texas barbecue.
That wraps it up from here. Thanks for joining us.
I'm hungry.
We'll see you later.
I never want to waste your time. My life, so precious. Is yours, is mine. Hey, look at the time. My God, so precious. Is yours, is mine.
It's a Western Conference battle here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles as the Lakers look to work home court advantage. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, Isaiah Thomas may be small in size, but he's always dreamed big. He said, "It sounds crazy, but I always thought I was going to be an NBA player, that I'd be an all-star and one of the best to play. That was in my head since I was a little boy, before I loved anything, before I knew what love was. I love the game of basketball." Kevin?
Great to hear that, DA. Thank you. Thomas plays with real passion. You can tell he loves playing the game. Clark, assess the center position right now in the NBA. And I'm talking about elite centers and their place in the game.
Well, the center position has changed, Kevin. You don't have a lot of back-to-the-basket centers anymore. More of the big guys are stepping out and are more like stretch fours than traditional big guys. What you have in the center position now typically are rebounders and rim protectors. Not many dominant scorers on the low block.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Filling out the wings, it's Green and Leonard. And it's Murray in at the 1 spot. Now here's Ingram. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Outside Aldridge. Here's Leonard. To the inside. Lopez with the steal. Here's Ingram. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. Gasol passes to Aldridge. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Aldridge has got the opening field goal of the game for the Spurs.
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over to the open man.
Ball kicks to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. Lopez a screen. Here's Ball. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And, you know, even when the defense is right up into Ball, he still finds a way to use his size to get up over him, and that takes concentration.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Gasol. Outside Leonard. Here's the screen. With the fadeaway. Randall grabs the board.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And there's Murray on the assist from Green. Murray's got his first points in this one.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
And Randall, a dominant rebounder, but, you know, Clark, can he man that center position for stretches, do you think?
I don't know, Kevin. He's a little undersized, but he has the motor, he's got the timing and strength, just not the length. He's not a natural rim protector, but sometimes effort can overcome your weaknesses.
Here's Murray after the basket by the Lakers. Inside, got a piece of it. Lopez with the steal. Ball dishes to Randall and stolen by Aldridge. Murray kicks to Leonard. The three. That one doesn't drop. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Now here's Ball. He's covered by Murray. Ball, the pass to Ingram. Clock at 6. Again, Los Angeles.
Gotta like seeing Ingram get going down underneath the rim. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Now here's Murray. Here's Aldridge. Lopez with the block. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. In the corner, it's Ingram. Lopez a screen. Shot off the screen. And it's Ingram missing.
Not a lot going his way. Everything he's shooting is just off the mark. I mean, somehow he's got to figure out a way to turn it around.
Aldridge, good.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And that one's good by Lopez.
Because of that big body and 7-foot frame, Lopez a handful to keep off the glass.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And we all know Brook Lopez can score in the post, and he might be just as valuable working from the elbow and running in that pick and pop action.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Anderson, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Danny Green. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Now here's Mills. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Here's Hart. He's covered by Ginobili. Elbow shot. Hart, no good. And Brook Lopez with the ability to face up and Greg post up.
High post or low. I mean, his passing and shooting ability give him that versatility. He is a load to handle for our defense.
Now here's Mills. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
Thomas kicks to Lopez. Over Aldridge. And it comes off the front of the rim.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Ginobili. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Lakers in the lead. Passes it to Thomas. No one near him. The rebound by Anderson.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
And that one's good by Aldridge.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw battle. Right now, I mean, as soon as one team grabs the lead, the other grabs it right back.
Now, here's Thomas. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Well, at best, the defense was average. I mean, he must make sure to finish these layups. Got to make those.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul. Here's Hart. Lopez a screen. Outside Thomas. Lets the three fly. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Spurs lead by 1. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And the San Antonio Spurs have really popularized that unselfish offensive style of play. Manu Ginobili talked about their Spurs approach.
Attack and find the open teammate, not try to solve problems by ourselves. It's something that we've never done, and every time we did it, it's not us.
There's a lot to be said for knowing, Greg, who you are and what your game plan is, and there may be no other team that gets that better than the San Antonio Spurs.
And Kevin, it helps to have that core of Manu and Tony there as the foundation, and coaches on the floor for each new wave of players that have come through this Spurs organization.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Yeah, outworking them right now, plain and simple. I mean, they've been terrific in the open floor.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Hart. Thomas is out there with Ennis. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Kuzma in at the power forward. It's stolen by Ennis. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's Zubac. Rebounded by the Spurs. Aldridge has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And the Spurs last season, how about setting the all-time record for consecutive winning seasons with 20? This is a group that's won 50 or more games in every one of those seasons except the strike-shortened one in '99. And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Ennis. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. The pass to Hart. Latre cans it from downtown. Hart's got the lead up to 2 now for the Lakers. And Greg, for the Spurs, they're so competitive. It's inevitable. They just win year after year.
Yeah, but that big three of Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, the all-time winningest trio in the history of our league, had a lot to do with it. And as that era comes to an end, they're doing a terrific job of just picking up new star talent without skipping a beat.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Spurs' Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said, our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works, and beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for the Lakers. All comes in for Thomas. And some changes here for the Spurs. San Antonio trailing here. Parker outside. To the wing on the left. Fade away. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Ennis. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. There's the pick. Pass to Leonard. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Mark, most great defenders are at the forward positions in the league right now.
Yeah, they are. And I tell you what, boy, you talk about Klay Thompson shooting, but defensively, he is actually, he's an instructional video, what he does defensively. He's strong, he's smart, he's disciplined, and he has tremendous lateral quickness. I don't know if there's a better defender at the wing position than Klay Thompson. I know Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is in the conversation, Tony Allen, but Klay Thompson gets my #1 vote. You know, guys, that's what he does. He just loves to play that kind of attacking basketball.
Lakers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Ball dishes to Caldwell-Pope. There's a screen. He kicks it to Ball. Shot clock at 5. Over Gasol. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And at 6'9", that wingspan of his, Ingram is constantly prowling for these dunks. He's an incredible athlete who finishes with ease near the hoop.
Now here's Parker. Gasol setting the pick for Parker. Dishes to Gasol. Stolen by Ball. The 17-footer. Up again. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And another thing they've done right from the start is converting a lot of those second chance opportunities. Those can be hard to come by sometimes.
And the Spurs with possession following the bucket by the Lakers. Leonard, that's for 2. And the shot falls short this time. Now here's Ball. Gasol with the steal. And it's Leonard at the elbow. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And, you know, the intensity Leonard plays with on defense is impressive, using his huge hands to claw the ball away.
Los Angeles leading by 4.
Pau Gasol, one of the most skilled 7-footers this league has ever seen. Whether it's the low post, high post, clearing off picks, you want the ball in his hands.
Now here's Ball. For 3, Caldwell-Pope. It's rebounded by Leonard. 1:22 left to play here in the second quarter. Parker passes to Leonard. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Charity stripe shot. Again, Leonard missing. And Pau Gasol, a very good perimeter shooter, starting to stretch his range out beyond that three-point arc.
Yeah, his face-up game is becoming more and more prominent. Working from that elbow, he's become more of a triple threat. He can shoot it, drive it, and pass at a high level.
Now, here's Parker. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Parker inside. A rebound by the Lakers.
Now that's superb defense in low. I mean, they played it well. Not easy trying to alter these shots without fouling the shooter. And that's a good job of doing both.
Nailed from three-point land. Kuzma's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Spurs trail by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And Forbes kicks to Parker. Here is Forbes. Zubac's defending. Here's Leonard. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. 9 seconds left in the second quarter. 1 on the clock. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And you know, the length and height of Aldridge make him a tough matchup. He's a hard guy to go against, a strong forward that has an impressive mid-range stroke.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge. He's off on the second. Ennis. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Lakers on top. They finish off the second quarter on a 14-5 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. They really touched on the right formula in the second quarter, as they were able to pull out to a 6-point lead before the halftime break. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possessions. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball game.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing an outstanding game. They can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. We're seeing a tremendous game from LaMarcus Aldridge.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Spurs trail by 6. On the court for San Antonio. Murray and Green team up to make the backcourt. Skilled tandem of Leonard and Aldridge at the 3 and the 4. And it's Gasol in at the 5. Now here's Murray. Kicks it out to Leonard. There's the triple. Shot clock at 6. Ball with the rebound. Well, it seemed like destiny. The Lonzo Ball would end up with the Lakers. He found his way to the team he grew up watching.
You know, and rarely do you see a team and player be such a perfect fit. But that's the case here. And the pressure will be on Lonzo to succeed in L.A., put a lot of faith in getting to the Lakers. And remember, he turned down workouts from every other team because he wanted to wear that Laker uniform.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming at home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Lakers leading by 7. Ball kicks to Randall. It's Ingram on the wing. Kicked by Randall. Ball dishes to Lopez. Rejected by Gasol.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
It's stolen by Green. Leonard attacking. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. And here is Los Angeles now. Ball kicks to Randall. Poked away. It's stolen by Green. Leonard inside. Ingram with the steal. Here's Caldwell Pope. The big dunk at the end of the break.
How about that endless wingspan of Ingram? I mean, really causing the opposition a lot of problems.
Spurs trail by 9. Murray kicks to Aldridge. From 15 feet away, and that's good off the glass that time. Aldridge has got 12 in the game.
His mid-range game is what sets Aldridge apart from the other bigs in our league. He's about as accurate a shooter as you'll find among players with his size.
Picked by Randall. Here's Ball, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Caldwell Pope against Green. Back to Aldridge. Shoots over Ingram. Bank shot, no good. Lakers leading by 7. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kawhi Leonard has become a go-to scorer, but his focus still starts at the defensive end. He said, my mindset is the same every game. Whoever I'm playing against, I go in and try to stop their best scorer and then try to get myself going on the offensive end. Kevin?
And David, that's what you get with Kawhi. Mr. Consistency, one of the best two-way players in the game. Now, here's Green. Following the miss by Julius Randle. Just 5 to shoot. Aldridge with it. Now guarded by Ball. Off the pick. Knocked loose.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
The know-how that Ingram has. I mean, well aware that the defense is going to hack him in these situations, he just stays the course. You know, one of the undervalued parts of rebuilding is finding talented players of high character. And that's one more thing I like about Brandon Ingram. I mean, he's unselfish, a good teammate, and he accepts input from his coaches.
The first one falls. And Ingram very quiet, very reserved, but Clark, he embraced the go-to role in his freshman season at Duke.
Yeah, and with his work ethic, the sky's the limit for this young man. He's humble, but very confident in himself.
San Antonio making a switch here. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green, and it's Mills in for Murray. Both shots good from the stripe.
And really, guys, I can't put a ceiling on Ingram. I mean, with his length and his shooting stroke and work ethic, this is a guy who I think has the potential to be truly great.
Now here's Ginobili. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Aldridge can't get it to go.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Pass to Kuzma. Here's Ingram, and that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Ingram's got 8.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Tyler Ennis, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Spurs trail by 11. Mills passes to Aldridge. Aldridge with a screen on Thomas. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's the three. And Ginobili pulls it down.
And I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit, too.
The three from Mills. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Lakers leading by 11. Here's Hart. The dish to Ennis. Passes to Kuzma. Thomas a screen. Kuzma passes to Hart. Puts up a three. It's hauled in by Gay. Spurs trail by 11. 1:02 left here in the third quarter. Mills dishes to Aldridge. Over Randall. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Aldridge has got it back down to single digits for San Antonio. Thomas with the ball. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two. And Isaiah Thomas, the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft. Greg, he definitely plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I call it the little man syndrome. He's driven to prove himself. I mean, he's overcome the odds. In league history, only 9 players 5'9" or shorter have played 1,000 minutes or more in a season. And he's not just playing, he's playing at the highest level.
The Spurs making a switch here. Forbes checked in. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And when you watch Rudy Gay out there on the court, you see just why he's always been a solid scorer in our league. I mean, any situation, any type of offense, he can find a way to get points, and really one of the more underrated players we have in our league. Don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
That's exactly what they should do. I mean, you don't want to give the opponent another possession here. Make sure you get the last one.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Spurs shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
And when Gay is locked in, he's special. An efficient scorer who can effortlessly take over games.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Here's Ennis. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. And the Lakers lead by 12. And so it's Los Angeles, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And we'll be right back after this. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Nobody holds the ball, not even 1,001. You catch it, it's a shot, it's a drive or pass, whatever you got.
Specific instructions from Greg Popovich. If you don't have a clean look, don't have an open lane, move the ball.
Yeah, and the key is fast decision-making, and that takes great recognition from all 5 guys in terms of communication. That's really what we call chemistry.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. We've got Isaiah Thomas. He's out there with Ennis. Hart is out there with Randall. And it's Kuzma in at the power forward. That's the Laker 5. That's good from Thomas. And the Lakers, Greg, have acquired some intriguing young talent. Do you see this group blossoming into elite status?
I mean, there's still some question marks. Injuries have been an issue. I do see some all-star potential for some of their young fellas. Superstar potential, though, tougher to say. They've got something to build on, though, and that's key.
Here's Thomas, following the score by Tony Parker. Kuzma passes to Thomas. Lopez sets a screen for Thomas. And Parker with the block. In transition, here comes San Antonio. That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Aldridge.
And now this game is becoming a showcase for Aldridge. He's been out of control. A one-man team. Now it's just a matter of getting him the ball and getting out of his way.
Here's Kuzma. Lopez kicks to Randall. Block at 6. Here's Thomas. Thomas with another miss.
Cannot give him that much room for mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
And here is Parker. Here's Ginobili. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Gay. Feeds it to Parker. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. To the paint, another shot. That shot off the mark. Good D by Lopez. Outside Thomas. Out to the right wing. Now Randall. The pass to Hart. This one for 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Aldridge has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And Parker, here we go. But they'll get another chance. Lopez against Aldridge. Back to Gay. Second shot opportunity. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Ball comes in for Thomas. Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Now here's Murray. Following the miss by Julius Randle. Over ball. Kicks it out to Gay. Now here's Leonard. Gay, a screen on Randle. It's stolen by Randle. Caldwell-Pope with it. Picked up by Ginobili. Caldwell-Pope dishes to Randle. Lopez a screen. Pass to Hart. And again, the Lakers no good.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
Gay sets the pick for Ginobili. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Los Angeles making a switch here. Ingram's checked in. And San Antonio with the change here, too. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Rudy Gay. Both free throws good for Ginobili.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
There's the pick. Ball, the pass to Ingram. Picked by Randall. Lopez inside, defended by Gasol. To stop the drought, rejected by Gasol. They retain possession. That one falls.
And amidst the tall timber, he's right at home, extremely comfortable. Lopez getting it done.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 11. 1:58 left in the fourth. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Brook Lopez.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
It's just too bad they're on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. It would have been nice for him to have a chance to perform like this in the postseason. Here's Ball. There's the feed to Lopez. Outside for Caldwell Pope. A three-pointer off the mark. Spurs trailed by 11. Here's Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Lopez a screen. Here's Ball. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And the Lakers lead by 13.
Boy, I tell you what, Ball doing a nice job using his size down in the post, rising up above his defender to get that one to go down.
Murray with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Beyond the arc. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Murray. And that's now 19 points for Aldridge.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Los Angeles.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Brook Lopez.
He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
And it's Leonard missing. And here is Los Angeles now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look and all around the rim that time before dropping in.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it. And that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
Now here's Murray. In the corner, it's Aldridge. Fires for three. Aldridge can't get that one to fall. Ball with it. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
quien magnifica emblemas como punto de partida y así refugiarse en símbolos para negar la vida. Construyen una cárcel como forma de...
The end of the first.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Checking out the 76ers, they've been looking forward to this game and have to be anxious to tip it off. They've been pretty tight-lipped about the game plan coming in, but very soon we'll find out what approach they're going to take. And tonight, get ready for some highlights. 2 lightning-quick, high-flying clubs. Kenny, when you have teams as athletic as these, how can one side carve out an advantage?
Poise. That's it. You want to be athletic, but you also want to be level-headed. You got to have a combination of the two. You got to execute your plays, and you just don't rely on your physical gifts, because that could be detrimental.
And not only that, AMB, FAE.
What's that?
Avoid mistakes, be fast and efficient.
Wow. FMB?
Where do you come up with that?
FAE?
AMB, FAE.
Okay.
Avoid mistakes,
okay. Be
fast and efficient.
God, man, that's quick and fast. And
it's going to be an exciting matchup. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
You're the first person who's ever said that.
AMB.
The starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia 76ers. At small forward, Robert Covington. At shooting guard, J.J. Redick. At the other forward position, Dario Saric. At the other guard position, Ben Simmons. At center, Joel Embiid. The head coach of the visiting team is Brett Brown.
It's the home of the Suns here in Phoenix, Arizona, as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from the desert. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analysts, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. And tonight we feature 2 relatively inexperienced teams, both on the rise, though. Doris, what's the hardest part about being a young player in this league?
I think, Kev, the game hasn't slowed down for them yet. They haven't seen enough to always make the right decision quickly, but certainly they're learning and they're talented.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Redick and Covington make up the perimeter. Embiid is out there with Dario Saric, and it's Simmons in at the point guard position. On defense, the Suns. From deep, Tyson Chandler grabs the board, and Phoenix has possession. Here's Payton. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Simmons with it. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Really like watching Simmons go to work down low with his length and strength. There aren't many guys that can keep up with him.
Chandler a screen. Payton gets the bucket.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right, the effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
Now here's Covington. Here's Simmons. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
What an incredible effort from Simmons, using his length so well when he's hitting the boards.
Chandler a screen. They set the screen. Payton dishes to Bender. Payton against Simmons. 5 on the clock. On the wing, Booker. Off target with his 3.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
Second chance shot. Chandler with the rebound.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
Pass to Bender. Suns moving the ball around. Chandler kicks to Warren. Shoots over Covington. Chandler the pass to Warren. He dishes it to Booker. Chandler a screen. Second shot opportunity, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's Payton. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Philadelphia has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And for Joel Embiid, some real tough times to start his NBA career. Greg sidelined, as we know, for the first 2 seasons with injuries. And just when he got going in season 3, he was dealt a knee injury.
Yeah, it has not been easy. And remember, Joel Embiid is so competitive. He came to the game late, but fell for it hard. And this is what he lives for, to be out on the court helping his team compete.
Now Simmons, following Dragan Bender's three-point attempt. Here's Saric. Again, the miss by Saric. Suns have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Warren, good.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, the defense better take notice, because you can't let guys get comfy shooting from their spots.
And up the court come the Suns on the break. And stolen by Reddick. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. So for the Suns, Lenz checked in for Chandler. Marquise Chris comes in for Bender. And it's Jackson in for T.J. Warren. Then for the 76ers, Ilyasova comes in for Saric. And it's Bellinelli in for J.J. Reddick. The Suns leading. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I caught up with Phoenix's head coach. They've had a difficult time in this matchup. They've lost both games so far this season. I asked him how he thought they could turn around. he said we have to improve our defensive intensity, quicken our rotations. We can make things tough around the rim with our shot blockers, but we also have to close out on the perimeter. We'll see if they can flip the script tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And guys, do you agree that they have to put the emphasis on their defense here early on?
I do. I think it's a great idea to play to your strengths, and defense is a strong suit for this group.
Well, it's something that they have considered their signature. The defensive end of the floor is something they bring every single game.
Now here's Peyton after the miss from Joel Embiid. Here's Chris, and he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too.
Well, you love that Chris is willing to absorb that kind of contact and still send it home. Potential and one. Go ahead, young man. Nice work.
And Doris for Marquise Chris. In his rookie season, it took some time for him to adjust to the NBA.
Right, and you could see it in the way that Chris carried himself on the floor. He was more aggressive with the ball and attacking the rim. And that's when you start to see him asking for the ball on offense, and the confidence was apparent.
Here's Fultz. 1:14 left in the first quarter. Dishes it to Ilyasova. Here's McConnell. They grab their own miss. Johnson kicks to McConnell. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
76ers ball.
The 76ers trail by 11.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Land against Johnson. Outside, Bellinelli. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Bellinelli's got himself on the board with 3 there. For Phoenix, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Ulis dishes to Land. Land a screen. And it's Chris in the corner. A second chance effort. Len passes to Jackson. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
Here's McConnell after Josh Jackson's bucket. Here's Fultz. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And Fultz pulling from deep is a thing of beauty, consistent in terms of burying those long ones from beyond. I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
And so it's Phoenix with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back to the action after this word. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke.
I think I'll forever be associated with.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for JJ and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going, what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. What stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Not at all. Every time they get the ball, they're looking to burn the defense in transition.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Chris is down low with Len to his side. Then it's Ulis, and there's Jackson, and it's Daniels in at the 2. Johnson kicks to Fultz, expanding his range. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. 6 points for Markelle Fultz.
Well, terrific instincts. Amir Johnson feeling out the defense, slices them apart with his passing ability.
Doris, so much talk about offense. How do you slow some of these guys down defensively? I mean, one way is to draw charges. But thinking of that, who do you think is the best at doing that these days?
You know, Kevin, it can be a lost art in the game of basketball on any number of levels. You have to be willing to absorb contact, and sometimes from guys much bigger than yourself. So some of the names that come to mind for me, Marcus Smart with the Boston Celtics, Kemba Walker, always the smallest guy on the floor, is never afraid to give up his body. From the big guys, I'd probably say Maurice Spates or DeMarcus Cousins. Both are willing to see that contact and try to gain an advantage going the other direction.
Yeah, they know they're going to take a hit, and they willingly take the hit for the betterment of the team.
Right.
The shot by Bellinelli. No good. Suns leading by 11. Jackson kicks to Daniels. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. So for the Suns, Bender comes in for Alex Len, and Warren subbed in for Jackson. And the 76ers also making a change. Sharge is checked in. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Bender, and he drops it in from the low post. And the Suns lead by 13.
And at Bender's size, it takes a lot to throw him off his shot. Even with contact, he can finish strong.
Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Phoenix gets called for the foul.
And the explosiveness of Fultz really is incredible. Just he's effortless in terms of getting where he wants on the court.
First one falls for him.
And the one thing that you gotta love about Markelle Fultz is his versatility. I mean, he's got the size, the passing and scoring ability to succeed at either guard position. He's almost Westbrookish.
The Suns making a switch here. Booker's checked in. Robert Covington's checked in for Philadelphia. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And you ask the scouts about Fultz, he has the complete game.
You know, Kevin, he checks all the boxes. Athleticism, the size to play above the rim. And above all, I think the feel for the game is quite apparent when you watch him play.
Outside, Redick. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Booker with it. Now guarded by Fultz. A nice shot by Booker.
Now, teams are playing him to set up behind the arc, but Booker can just as easily beat you from the mid-range.
And here's Fultz. He's got 7. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away. Fultz has got 9.
I'll tell you, what a start in the first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
Over to the left wing. Bender with a wide open look. And that comes off the assist by Ulis. And the Suns lead by 15. 76ers have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. There's the pass to Covington. Johnson the screen. Sharge dishes to Fultz. Fires the 3. Phoenix grabs the miss. And Phoenix pushing it up now. There's Ulis. Redick with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 15. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, Fultz kicks to Johnson. It's deflected.
Oh, astonishing block. The devastating length. Bender sends it home.
Ulis can't get it to go.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
Stolen by Bender. Fast break, here come the Suns. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Bender works so hard in the paint, which is the reason why he's able to draw these shooting fouls.
Well, we all knew Dragan Bender was going to be a project, and he was selected Doris 4th overall in the 2016 draft.
Right, and I think, Kev, his rookie season was mostly just a year for him to get his feet wet in the league. You saw flashes of his touch and abilities, and once that shot gets consistent, I think you can see why people are excited about what he brings at his size.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Phoenix. Elfrid Payton comes in for Euless. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Simmons comes in for Fultz. Here's Embiid, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Philadelphia shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Embiid. One trend we've seen, Doris, is the shift away from one primary ball handler toward a more collective approach. Do you think that change is here to stay?
Well, it'll be interesting. I do think the NBA is very much a copycat league. So you think back to the 90s and the slowed down, grinded battles between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks, to now the pace and space offenses that is so much fun for us to watch. What's the next evolution? We saw the San Antonio Spurs play big. Is there a team that wants to reformulate the NBA, find success? As you know, everybody's trying to beat the champ, and right now the champ is all about pace and space and equal opportunity offense.
Indeed. Chandler with the screen on Saric. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Marquise Chris.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he sees it.
Out to the right wing. Payton passes to Chandler. Payton against Simmons. For 3, Booker, and Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Redick for 3. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Payton right side to the inside. Chandler's shot good.
Yeah, you see Chandler uses his length and guile to take full advantage inside.
And Simmons kicks to Redick. He feeds it to Embiid. Over Chandler. Nice D from Chandler.
Now that's where they want to go with the ball. They can tolerate a few misses as long as he gets his touches inside.
And so it's Phoenix with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Elfrid Payton.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
Phoenix had no problems getting going. Their mission to dominate early was accomplished with a spirited 14-4 run to start. After a solid quarter of play, they held a 10-point lead. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks, they need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. It's been a clinic out there by Josh Jackson.
And I loved in that.
The 76ers trail by 16. And you can see the talent that the Suns have, but, you know, Doris, something they'll need to work on is a lack of discipline.
Agreed, Kevin, and that lack of discipline can manifest itself in a couple of areas. Number one, they fouled too much. They were last in the league in that category. And how about this for a bad combination? One, they don't generate a lot of assists. And two, they were the worst in the league when it came to turnovers. Hard to win when all that's going on.
And so, in the game for the 76ers, Redick and Covington make up the perimeter. Charge is out there with Embiid, and it's Simmons in at the point. Now the dish to Embiid over Chandler, and Chandler sends it back.
One of the great rim protectors really over the last decade or so. Chandler just twice on the pipes on that one.
Payton dishes to Chandler. Covington against Warren. 5 to shoot. Covington with the steal. They're running. Here's Redick. Here's Embiid. Bucket is good. Embiid's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, so rewarding for a player to beat everybody to the basketball and convert that second chance bucket.
Bender with it. Charge is there. Bender kicks to Booker. The three. Again, the miss by Booker.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto. And the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls from Šarić. You were talking about the fit for these young Sixers. A bit of a logjam in recent seasons in their front court.
Yeah, I mean, they were in talent acquisition mode, just going for the best player available. And now as they see things taking shape, it's time to try and balance the roster.
Šarić nails them both.
Boy, his free throw shooting has been on the mark tonight. Nothing new there, right?
Payton outside. Passes it to Bender. Over Šarić. And the Suns miss again.
They were hoping for a fast start. Instead, they're 0 for 4.
Outside, Simmons. At the top of the key, Embiid. And the call will be against Alex Len. That is his first foul of the game. Alan Williams, he's checked in for the Suns. Fultz, he's checked in for the 76ers. And Brett Brown wants a timeout. Of course, you talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, been a courtside reporter, game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan.
And the 76ers making a change here. McConnell's checked in. Suns leading by 7. Len, a screen. Payton kicks to Len. Looking for Payton, he gets it there. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And the Phoenix Suns, one of the younger teams in the NBA.
And I think, Kevin, you have to give credit to the Suns organization for making some great picks in the draft. Devin Booker and Marquise Chris both look like steals given where they were taken. The front office has added some franchise cornerstones even before drafting Josh Jackson this summer.
And both free throws good for Payton. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. McConnell kicks to Saric. 14 feet away, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Oh, their communication on offense is working at every level now. These guys are really cohesive. What a run.
Now here's Payton. He's covered by McConnell. Clock at 4. Payton passes to Len. Good on the shot. Len's got his first bucket in this one.
That's just nice play calling, right? And you like how quickly Len gets ready to catch off the roll.
Bellinelli gets the bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Warren on the wing. Feeds to Len. Fires it up. And the shot by Warren, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Embiid wide open. That's short off the rim.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 14-6 run. Bellinelli for 3. Second chance shot. That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Saric.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Boy, you better be more physical on the glass because they wanted that rebound more than them, plain and simple.
Back to Daniels. Kicks to Len. Now, here's Warren. Guarded closely. Rebound by the 76ers. Saric has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And you look at the numbers that T.J. Warren has put up over his career. Finds a way to improve every single season, Doris, and is a model of efficiency and consistency for his team.
Right. I think coaches love players who approach the game the way T.J. Warren does. He knows what he's capable of and stays patient. He can hit a 3, but he mostly prefers to step into a range where he is automatic.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And the Suns here with a different look. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Len. Chris comes in for Williams. Jackson, he's checked in for T.J. Warren. And it's Devin Booker in for Daniels. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. Ilyasova comes in for Saric. J.J. Redick's checked in for Fultz. And it's Ben Simmons in for T.J. McConnell. Here's Ilyasova. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Phoenix leading by 3. Here's Payton. He's got 8. Over in the corner, Chandler. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
There's a guy who knows how to absorb contact and still maintain control. Chandler able to finish what he started.
And it's fair to say, Tyson Chandler, not the player he once was, but still a fantastic rebounder and eats up space and does everything you want from a big man.
And with Chandler, Greg, he still rebounds at a fantastic rate, even though he's the team veteran. As long as he gets minutes, he'll get you some boards.
And part of that is because he's always been one of the smarter rebounders in our league. Just aware of how to set up and track the basketball after the shot goes up. And he makes great use of his length and strength.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Pass to Bellinelli. Back to Simmons. He kicks it to Ilyasova. Outside, Redick. There's the triple. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That's his first foul. Booker. He can't get that one. And so it's the Phoenix Suns holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. We'll return shortly. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. Suns leading by 8. Jackson and Chris, the athletic pair in the forward slots. Devin Booker out there with Peyton, and it's Chandler in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Bellinelli dishes to Simmons. 11 feet away. That one doesn't go. The Suns go the other way with it. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Booker, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And the Suns lead by 12.
Yeah, high-volume scorer. Booker needs only to raise his percentages a bit to be considered elite in the NBA.
Ilyasova is screen on Booker. The feed to Covington. 6 to shoot. Good on the triple.
Yeah, great work on the perimeter. Finding a little bit of space, hitting the 3 ball. That's his game.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And it's Chris in the corner. That's good. And it's Peyton with the assist.
To have his height and combine that with the fluid athleticism makes Chris a tough cover in the catch-and-shoot game.
Ilyasova a screen. And Bellinelli kicks to Redick. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Booker with no one around. Again, the miss by Booker.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Outside, Simmons. Over Chris. It's hauled in by the Suns. Chandler's got 8 rebounds in this game.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
A nice shot by Booker.
A case in point of running the floor well in transition. Yet another way Booker can beat you.
Timeout called the 76ers. And Devin Booker out of the University of Kentucky was taken 13th overall in the 2015 draft, Doris. And after the first few years he's had, there have been a lot of teams kicking themselves for not taking Booker earlier.
Right. You wonder, did he slip in the draft because he never started in college? But remember, he did win 6th Man of the Year, and you've got to base your evaluations on what your eye test is.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Phoenix. Here's Bender. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Embiid the screen. Redick is in the corner. Embiid with it. Now Chandler defending. Shoots. Embiid, no good. Phoenix leading by 14. Now Warren to the inside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Now this is why you love Bender's size, right? At 7'1", fantastic mobility, just incredible.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. And for the Sixers, a lot of missed rookie seasons over the years. First Nerlens Noel, then Joel Embiid, now Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but in many cases, I think they drafted them knowing they might be out of commission for a while. Still, I think the Philly fans probably hope not to hear the phrase foot fracture for a long time. Hopefully, they can keep everybody healthy and get this thing moving forward.
The drive by Booker. Great D that time from Reddick. The 76ers trail by 16. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. To end the run, offensive rebound, a reverse, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years. And a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process. Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Simmons against Payton from 13. Bender with the rebound. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. And now, though, I think they found their treasure trove.
Here's Payton. And the Suns get it back. Chandler's shot, good.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Phoenix.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Elfrid Payton.
Boy, their ball movement was terrific, and I thought he was the key to that. This guy conducted the offense, kept everyone involved, and spread the basketball.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Williams, he's checked in for Chandler. Chris comes in for Dragan Bender. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Booker. And Tyler Ewis subbed in for Elfrid Payton.
And I love the energy from Fultz, an incredibly crafty and creative scorer.
Now, here's Ulis. There's a screen by Chris. On the wing, Daniels takes a three. No good on that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Here's McConnell. Here's Embiid, and he lays it straight in. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 11 rebounds. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it.
Over to the wing. Releases. Here's Johnson. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Warren on the wing. Bellinelli is covering, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Alex Len.
Eight seconds left in the game.
76ers foul.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. Fultz with the ball. Three-pointer. And the miss. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in.
You really down to pay the cost. Reverse the role and you can play the boss. Already know my vision is faded. I try to evade it but can't.